One of our listeners, Tanya Percy, who contributes a lot to the show, researches for the show. She writes a blog, Mama in the Middle, it's called. We've read her blog. We post her blog to michaelberry.com. I think we have a posting up today. She sent me an email last night. She said, Michael, you've got to hear this woman. She happens to be black. What she says is very interesting, very independent, and she went on a show in New York called Sista Talk. And she was the lone conservative, and here she was, a black woman conservative, and she gave as well as she took. She stood up for what she believed, and I think you would really like what she has to say. Her blog is called motivationtruth.com. So I went on there today, and I was looking around, and I thought, she's definitely broken from the herd and dared to think for herself. Why not? Let's have her on. See what she's all about. Adrienne Ross. Is it Adrienne or just Adrienne?
Adrienne, you got it, sir.
Okay. Who are you?
Well, I am Adrienne Ross, and I'm a New Yorker.
You just started. You know what happened,
I know.
Right? You know that.
I know.
Do you want to apologize? You want to start this interview with an apology?
Well, I'll say that I'm not in New York City, so
he represents the state, dear.
Senator,
he represents the entire state.
Well, I'll let him. He certainly doesn't normally speak for me, and I'll let him apologize for himself. That's the senator's job. I'm a teacher.
I'm gonna take that as your apology. Go ahead.
I live in. I'm from the city, actually originally, but I'm a little further up now, and I teach 7th grade English.
Where are you teaching? What town?
I live in Hudson, New York.
Okay.
And I teach 7th grade English, and I've been doing that for 15 years now. As you said, I have a blog, motivationtruth.com. I also contribute to various other sites. Basically, a big supporter of Governor Palin, and that's what you would have seen me talking about on the Sister Talk show that you talked about.
Mm-hmm. You got your YouTube videos going on here?
Yes.
I like that. All right. There's your there are your interviews. So I guess some of what makes you special is that your opinions are not widely shared, or maybe it's just a perception, by black women in America. Accurate?
I think that when you really begin to converse with people, with black people, you'll find that we tend to agree on a lot of things. It's unfortunate, I think, that that black people seem to feel some kind of allegiance to the left. Although when you really begin to talk to people, you find that there's really not much that they really disagree with you about. My family, I was raised in a family of Democrats, but I listen to them talk, and I'm thinking they don't really share that mindset.
So why perpetuate it?
It's like I call it being on the plantation. The first time I ever blogged, that was the first title, was "Get Off the Plantation." I think that it's unfortunate, as you would see in that interview, that for some reason black people tend to think of conservatives as being racist, and so other black people who subscribe to that philosophy, they consider sellouts, self-hating black people, or whatever other name they can come up with, so that they don't have to deal with the issues.
What is your attraction to Sarah Palin? What do you like about her?
The question would be, what is there not to like? I feel that Sarah Palin she's a common sense American. She loves her country. She seems to understand the proper role of government. She believes in freedom. She believes in she believes in fiscal responsibility and the government not overspending and overtaxing. She's for strong national defense. She's for energy independence. She's for women and for special needs. She has a record in the state of Alaska that gave her almost a 90% rating in that state. She's anti-corruption. She's an incredible representative for this country, and it's unfortunate that the media has done what it has done to her, but she continues to fight. She's a common sense voice, and I have the utmost respect. When other people are hiding or endorsing people after they've won, she will step out and she will stand up, and she refuses to sit down and shut up. And I definitely hope she runs in 2012 because she'll have my vote.
Our guest is, I kind of got that impression. Our guest is Adrienne Ross. She's a teacher from the state of New York. She was referred to me by a listener. She was appearing on a radio station, on an interview on a show called Sista Talk. And this listener who contributes a lot thought, you know what, you want to hear some of what this lady has to say. What do you want to be when you grow up? Where do you want to go? Is speaking out with your particular, I wouldn't say unique, but your perspective, is that something you want to do professionally, or you want to continue to teach and this be something that is part of your civic duty?
I'm sort of in a position where, I've been doing this teaching for 15 years. I love students. It's becoming more and more difficult to see what's happening to our young people. But I enjoy what I want to do right now is to simply to stand up for what I believe in. I do believe that being a voice is important and bridging the gap is important. And if I can do, for example, interviews like Sista Talk and have to endure the abuse, but some people get the message and some light bulbs come on, then it'll certainly be worth it. I'm just sort of going with the flow and just figuring that God will lead and direct me, and we'll see where it ends up.
Adrienne, can you hold with us for just a moment?
Sure.
As I understand it, our guest is a black female member of the Tea Party. Is that at odds? The media would tell us the Tea Party is white racist. Well, we're going to hear directly from someone who breaks the mold and the stereotype. She got an email. Michael, you're not going to believe this. I was in an ATM today, and a lady came up with an Obama tattoo, and it wasn't a small one. We'll ask our guest about that and more coming up on The Michael Berry Show.